According to statistics, 830,000 people in Canada are visually impaired, out of which an estimated 80,000 people can read Braille and more are learning every day. We went to several schools specialized for the visually impaired, and we were shocked to find out how crazy expensive Braille printers were, and those which were available were priced out to the rich few. Schools which bought the books saw each book being shared amongst an average of 3 students, and if you think it can't get any worse, know that the books that get published here are mostly from the 70s and 80s.
যদি বর্তমান যুগের কথা বলি তাহলে অবশ্যই মনে হয় মানুষ তো প্রতিবন্ধকতা নিয়ে প্রতিকূলতা নিয়েই আস্তে আস্তে তার কাঙ্ক্ষিত গন্তব্যে পৌঁছয়। আজকের দিক বিবেচনা করলে খানিকটা কষ্টই লাগে, কারণ আমার যে যারা স্বাভাবিক বাচ্চা দেখা গেছে আমি সেই প্রতিভাটা খাটিয়ে পুনরুদ্যমে তার সাথে প্রতিযোগিতায় টিকে থাকতে কষ্ট হচ্ছে। আজ তার একটি গাইড বই আছে, তার একটি নেট থেকে সে পড়াশোনা ডাউনলোড করে নিয়ে পড়াশোনা করতে পারছে, ওই সুযোগটা আমরা পাচ্ছি না। সো হ্যাঁ, একটু খারাপ লাগে বটে। জি, কারণ সবাই তো ডিজিটালাইজেশনের মধ্য দিয়ে যাচ্ছে, তাহলে আমরাই বা কেন বাকি থাকবো?
The usual solution which comes to one's head is through audiobooks, but we found that most people preferred physical books over audiobooks because it cannot keep up with a similar reading pace of the readers. Besides that, according to studies, visually impaired students who have been taught Braille scored the same as normal students on a standardized test. In contrast, those with no Braille training fell to an average of 38%. Thus, we came up with the idea of teaching visually impaired individuals Braille alongside creating a system around them that would allow them to function effectively among us all. So we plan to create a small portable device with 6 lines of display, which is basically an e-book for the visually impaired. It would have an easy interface where the writing of the Braille dot would interchange easily with the push of a button and would allow them to read entire passages in books.
After initial research and development, it would cost us around $28,000 to introduce it into the market. The device will cost us approximately $200 to make, as it would have cheaper labor costs and raw material cost than our competitors, as it would be made in Bangladesh, where it's comparatively inexpensive, and the selling cost would be $400. This gives us a profit margin of about 100%. We estimate the growth and maturity stage to last for at least 5 years, and we can extend that by the introduction of monthly or yearly subscription of our services, which would be an online Braille ebook. As this device is for the visually impaired, is similar to what the smartphone is for the normal man. The period of decline will come in around 7 years' time in the worst possible outcome, while this may extend all the way up to 14 years' time in a more positive scenario. Our maturity extension strategies include the likes of AdWords in audiobooks and as real stickers in the end of multiple existing Braille books. Also, our product is more suited for the purchasing power capability of the visually impaired, as comparatively it's cheaper than its competitor elsewhere by at least $700, allowing us to attain competitive advantage.
We will target governments and NGOs to buy large quantities of the product from us for the visually impaired, as it's an easier method to penetrate the already existing infrastructure. Our main target will be North American consumers, which constitute to about 2.2 million visually impaired individuals, those meaning a potential market of about 1.5 billion in total. Saying all that, in our first year, we project to at least reach 2,000 sales from online and physical sales, which would accumulate to a revenue of 800,000, from which the profit would be 400,000. There are 28 million visually impaired worldwide that are able to read Braille, giving us plenty of room for further expansion.
So Dragons, we are asking for $28,000 for 25% of our company.